Hi, I'm Megan O'Boyle.
And I'm Vanessa Vogel-Farley.
We're here today to tell you about an exciting new organization called RARE-X. But first, we'll give you some background on our journeys with rare disease. I got involved in rare disease 19 years ago when my daughter Shannon was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder. At the time, there were less than 50 people in the world with it. I knew nothing about science or research, and I was very overwhelmed. About 10 years later, I got a better handle on things, and I was volunteering for the Phelan-McDermott Syndrome Foundation when they decided to start collecting patient-reported data. I was fortunate over the years to attend lots of conferences and build up an expertise about patient data collection and patient registries. Although I'm extremely proud of what the foundation built in our international registry, it became very clear to me that many of the things could have been done better and certainly less expensively if we had just known best practices for building a registry. So when the opportunity to participate in RARE-X came to me recently, I couldn't say no, because so many of the barriers and mistakes that our own organization and countless others make in collecting data will be addressed by RARE-X.
And while I'm not a parent of a child with a rare genetic disorder like Megan, I became involved in the rare disease world through my early career as a neuroscientist. And through that work, I became inspired by the stories of rare disease families, from their journey through diagnosis to their desire to provide research data to help others like them, even though it might not help their child directly. This is what drove me to become a patient advocate and now an executive director of a rare genetic disorder organization, the Do15Q Alliance. The more I get involved and the more I got involved, the more I understood the critical importance of individual patient data to finding better treatments for all families. It is that mission for collecting the best quality data, patient data, that brought me to RARE-X.
RAREX is a nonprofit created to accelerate the understanding of the causes, manifestations, and progression of rare diseases, and to develop needed treatments and cures. The RAREX Collaborative Data Platform provides a way for patient organizations to collect and share their patient registries, natural history studies, genomic information, and electronic health records with researchers, clinicians, and drug developers broadly, and with the appropriate governance.
Most exciting, this incredible technology platform and support and education services will be provided for free of charge to patient organizations. In addition, this platform is being built to scale, which means there's no limit to the amount of data or number of patient organizations that can join. This is as a patient registry on steroids, but with more open access to researchers and easier to use.
RAREX is important because we know the biggest barriers impacting the speed and innovation of rare disease treatments are cost and lack of reliable data or open access to comprehensive patient data sets. We know that sometimes data exists, but it's captive within silos and unusable to many other people. At other times, the data exists, but not in a structure or form that was collected under the proper governance, so it becomes unusable. Other times, the data doesn't yet exist. Setting up effective data collection takes a lot of time, money, and expertise, and oftentimes patient communities don't have that.
In the past year, I was lamenting to an NIH researcher that I was not sure there would ever be a treatment to help my daughter's quality of life, to which he said, he believed the treatment for my daughter lies in metadata. And by that, he was explaining that a researcher in a completely different disease that had never heard of my daughter's disease may actually find a treatment for her. There's so much to be seen and found in cross-disease research, and there's so much in common, even though we are all so rare.
Dr. Chris Austin from the National Center for Advancing Translational Science recently said, when talking about rare disease research and data, what got us here won't get us there. This is why we need to change our approach to data collection and sharing in the rare disease area. RAREX is building a common platform, supporting structured data to drive research forward. We hope it can become the largest data collection, data sharing, and federated data analysis platform in rare disease. A technology platform so that supports the whole rare disease community, from diagnosis to discovery and development to long-term outcome tracking.
RAREX will have patient-owned and stewarded data. What do we mean by this? Patients will input, control, and direct who can access their data for what purposes at all times. RAREX is enabling a platform supporting scalable and flexible collaboration. RAREX is a collaboration, not a competitor. And by this, we mean we are not here to replace existing data sets, but rather allow for researchers to access those data sets as well as the data collected in RAREX. This all sounds great, but where is RAREX today? We're at the beginning of piloting with a handful of patient advocacy organizations over the next 24 months. we're developing standardized common data modules starting in the neurospace. By this, I mean every patient in RAREX, regardless of the disease, with the same symptom, will answer the same questions. This is what's going to allow for cross-disease research. We'll be supporting data collection under governance structure that results in data that is able to be accessed and research ready or fit for purpose. By this, we mean the FDA is interested in knowing who entered the data, when they entered the data, and who touched the data. And RAREX will be able to track all of that.
RAREX can also support the connection of existing data sources, like existing patient registries, natural history studies, and include those that might exist in biopharma and biotech. Everything we do will have an emphasis on strong governance and patient support. We're not just a vendor who's going to set you up for data storage and data collection. We're there to help you along the way to understand the process and help you at the level you need or want our support.
So what are the next steps for RAREX? Well, over the next 24 months, with our pilot partners, we'll be developing everything needed to make data collection and sharing experience easier for all the stakeholders. That's patients, caregivers, and patient organizations. We'll be publishing and sharing best practices based on guidance from our advisors at NIH, FDA, and industry for data gathering, standardization, privacy, and data governance for everybody in the rare disease community, whether you're a part of RAREX or not.
So what can you do today? Well, go to rarex.org, sign up for updates, follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, as we will post news of our progress and the further developments about data collection, sharing, and data federation. Thank you, and stay tuned for how to support patients powering progress with RAREX.
We look forward to working with all of you. Stay safe.